Cool. Well, I'm making a return to the YouTubes. For anyone that has been following my channel, still gonna have bike content and cool content and stuff, but I'm expanding. I want to bring crypto along with me. It's something that I've gotten into this year. I've seen the potential of crypto. I've actually done my research, which is what most people should do if you're getting into crypto, is understand what crypto actually is. So that's kind of what this video is going to be today. I want to get my YouTube back in motion and share everything that I'm doing with my life. So crypto has been a big part of my life this year because I started investing in crypto. I learned about crypto and I actually made my own crypto course for beginners because I felt, hey, everyone on YouTube is kind of just talking about the prices and the predictions and how much is this going to be worth in 2 years and how much is this going to be worth. But I felt like if you want to be able to even understand why those prices are the prices being said and mentioned, you should probably understand the fundamentals of crypto, like how it works, why it works, what is it, where did it come from, and what's it going to solve. So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. So like I said, I got into crypto this year. It doesn't take long to really begin to understand crypto. Although maybe that's just me, I'm just a fast learner, maybe, I don't know. But from what I understand, and this brain here has absorbed a lot of information, let's map this out a little bit, right? Okay, so it's going to be hard to do this because I don't want to be sitting here for 30 minutes trying to explain crypto. If you guys are interested, you guys can check out my crypto course. I'll link that below. It goes more in depth, more in detail, but I want to cover like some basic stuff, and more importantly, crypto going forward, and what I kind of think is going to happen. So crypto, for anyone that doesn't know, is a digital asset and it's real, it's legit. It actually takes work to create cryptocurrencies, whether through mining or through staking. It requires somebody dedicating some of their energy to produce cryptocurrency, whether that's through connecting your computer and mining or staking some of your own crypto to produce more crypto. Now we're going to get into mining and staking. That's all in my course anyways. So crypto is a legit asset. Like, it's real. It's like people think, oh, it's digital. It's like, it's not real. It's like you can just make an infinite amount of them. And that's true. You can make an infinite amount of cryptos. But here's the thing. And if you can understand this, then you'll understand how crypto is actually more legit than cash and digital money, like regular digital money that we already have. Cash can be printed infinitely, or until we run out of trees or paper or whatever, right? Or plastic. That can be printed infinitely, meaning that there's no real value to cash except for the value that we give it. We trust that cash is going to be worth what it's worth. That's why it's called the fiat system. Fiat, or fiar in Spanish, means to trust. It's like a trust-based system that everyone basically trusts that your money is worth what your money is worth. And so everyone can keep going about their day and daily business because of this trust. But what happens when some alternative to cash comes along that works better than cash? And B, how long can they print money for? And C, how does inflation and deflation come into play? So that's probably the more key factor here, is Inflation, deflation, what the heck is this? Well, simply put, the more money that there is in circulation, the less value it has because there's more available to everyone. It's like off-whites. They're worth so much because they make them exclusive. They're limited edition. It's scarce, just like gold. Gold is worth so much because it's a scarce resource. That's why it's worth however much it's worth right now. But let's say an asteroid comes and crashes into Earth, and this whole asteroid is made of gold. And this is, in this asteroid, there's more gold in this asteroid than there is supposedly on the entire planet. That would crash the price of gold because suddenly there's an abundance of gold. Everyone could easily get gold at that point. So the value of gold comes down because it's not so scarce, it's abundant. We value what's kind of rare, right? Rare steak costs twice as much, right? Emeralds, diamonds, even though diamonds are really common, but that's a whole nother story. Gold, right? Bitcoin's scarce. Bitcoin's rare. Why? Not because it's worth so much. It's worth so much because it's scarce, right? Currently, the price of Bitcoin is, we can go and have a look right here. Currently, the price of Bitcoin, oh, I just showed everyone mine. Don't go back, don't go and look at that. Those are all my profits. We can get into that as well. I want to be really fully just open and transparent with people about my crypto journey so far, the profits that I've made, the money that I've put in, the stuff that I've learned, and currently what we're talking about crypto going forward. So currently we got Bitcoin at $47,000. So one Bitcoin is worth $47,000, right? That's cool. But why is it worth $47,000? Well, actually, let me screen share my share again, and show you guys coin market cap. So if you're into cryptocurrency, you probably already know about this site. If you're not into cryptocurrency and you're getting into cryptocurrency, I highly recommend coin market cap because it shows you all of the cryptos. Currently, apparently about 11,416 right up here in the top left. There's 398 exchanges. Exchanges are just the places or the apps that you can buy crypto from. Market cap. This is an important thing, market cap. Market capitulation, I think that's what it stands for. Currently, the entire crypto market is worth $2 trillion. So that's basically how much money has actually gone into the crypto market. Because remember, these are assets, digital assets, supposedly. And not to bounce around too much, but technically cash is also an asset. The true value, the true currency, right? True currency is us. We're the real currency. We are the real currency. Don't ever forget. Because who gives currency, cash, value? Does it give it to itself? Does it say, hey, look at me, I'm cash, use me, I'm really good? It has no voice of its own, can't speak for itself. We've created cash. We decided how much to print. We decided how much to trust in it. We decided to use it. We. So it always comes back to us. We are the ones that really make the change. We are the real currency. We are the value. So, not to get too deep and metaphysical there, but that's just the fucking truth. So, market cap is basically just how much money has gone into anything. You know, the market cap of gold is, I think it's at 11 trillion, 11.5 trillion. The cryptocurrency market cap is at 2 trillion. The market cap for Bitcoin specifically, like how much money has gone into Bitcoin, is about $883 billion. And here I'm going to show you how Bitcoin is scarce So we have circulating supply. Bitcoin's total supply, max supply, as in how many Bitcoin there can be in total, right, is 21 million. That's how much Bitcoin there can ever be, ever. You cannot make more than 21 million Bitcoin.